Nexus Heroes, welcome. I'm back. I'm on a different channel. Nexus Gaming Series Playoffs. Welcome to Nexus Gaming Series 2, the side channel of Nexus Gaming Series. Happy to be here and bring you guys some Heroes of the Storm action for Division B West semifinals. This is actually, newsflash, as far as I'm aware, a best of 5. So strap in for the long haul. We're going to be here all night, hopefully, with some Heroes of the Storm action. And I am theStroke. I'll be hosting you tonight. And if things are weird, you know, let me know, because I'm casting on a different channel. So I don't know how exactly that works. But Spooky Ghost versus Can't Connect Stuns. We got some big-time players. Players have been in NGS for quite some time. And we are excited to get right into it. These two teams, Spooky Ghost and CCS, they finished out the season tied atop of Division B West with 28 points apiece. However, Spooky Ghost did pick up both victories, a 2-1 and a 2-0 against CCS during the season. So that's pretty exciting. These guys are familiar with playing against each other, and it's going to be a wild and crazy match tonight. Hopefully we'll have some excellent play here. When it comes to the bracket itself, it ain't working. But, yeah, that's all I got for you. Let's see if we can... No, nothing for you. But, cool. Let's take a look at the map draft before we get into it. We did have Infernal Shrines being chosen by CCS as our first map. And with the bans, Spooky Ghost did actually end up getting the first pick because they had the 2 victories against CCS during the season. And they elected to go ahead and ban out Battlefield of Eternity and Cursed Hollow. Dragonshire was banned out and Volskaya Foundry by CCS. And here we are, locked into Infernal Shrines. So 2 map bans apiece, and then we'll have a best of 5 going down. So should get into some weird maps, hopefully, that you don't see all too often. And we're excited to bring you that kind of action, because you don't normally get that all the time. So let's enjoy it. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at who I think Spooky Ghost needs to kind of take care of during this match to kind of figure this thing out. So the captain over for CCS, Wolf, not to be confused with Little Wolf on the other team, he's rocking a 70% win rate this season in Division B West with a 7.1 KDA, 41,000 damage on average, and a 18 highest kill streak, which is pretty crazy. The biggest stat there is he only spends about a minute of each match dead, which is a very safe and effective play. The Sound 51 says, Stroke Hype, thanks for joining us, guys. We got a best of 5 series tonight for you. Spooky Ghost versus Can't Connect Stuns, or CCS. And we are headed to Infernal Shrines to start out this first map. I'm over here on Nexus Gaming Series 2nd channel. I'm not a primetime guy, I guess, but here we are. We're just waiting for the lobby to get set up, where we've got all players except for one, and we're just kind of waiting. So just let me know in the chat, guys, who you think's going to pick up this victory. You got to get to 3 wins. Is it going to be Spooky Ghost or CCS? I'm seeing some CCS support out there already. So keep in mind, Spooky Ghost did pick up both matches against CCS during the season. So this should be a pretty fun one to watch. Teams used to playing against each other, scrimmaging and all that whole 9 yards. Once again, let's go ahead and take a look at Wolf's stats. Now you may be wondering, we got Wolf, but what about Little Wolf? Let's see what Little Wolf's offering up for his Spooky Ghost over there on the other side. He's going to be their support player. And he's rocking a 72% win rate with 11.8 KD. He only spends about 38 seconds dead per match, so that's insane. And, rocking almost a 70,000 healing per game. So very interesting matchup we've got from the Wolf and Little Wolf. The Battle of the Wolves. Who's going to win? I don't know, but everyone in the chat is saying go CCS. We are lobby created, map chosen, players loaded in except for one. We're just waiting. And you guys are here, waiting for me to keep you entertained. Nexus Gaming Series Season 14 drawing to a close. It's been an awesome season. Me myself, it's been a little bit of a roller coaster. Started out on a team with some dudes, some good buddies who are just learning how to play Heroes of the Storm in Division E. Of course, all those guys being Air Force pilots. We couldn't get the schedules to match up, so we eventually had to drop out. Decided to start casting some games. And then, of course, I moved to Ohio and had to get all that set up again. So we're making it work, and glad to be here with you for the semifinals Division B West. Best of 5 series. The Sound 51 says, love these stat pregame reviews, fun extra insight into the match. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. I always love looking at the numbers of some of these guys and their previous matches. So Spooky Ghost did pick up a 2-1 in their most recent match against CCS, and then a 2-0 in their very first match. So really, CCS this kind of would have dominated this division overall had they picked up those 2 wins against those guys. But Harkin Giants Bane says, there are 2 wolves inside of you fighting a battle. This is bad. This is bad, as the recommended amount of wolves inside you is 0. This is true. Doctors. All right, everyone is ready in the lobby. I'm ready. You guys are ready. Make sure you type R in the chat when you're ready for this battle to begin. Infernal Shrines, game number 1, Spooky Ghost versus Can't Connect Stuns. The Battle of the Wolves. And let's do this. Let's go. Start it up. 3, 2, 1, go. No? Okay. Okay. Maybe I'll make sure I get all my stuff ready. Let's see, we got Little Wolf on there. Eric with a K. Let's go CCS, everyone's saying. CCS is cheering for themselves in the pregame lobby, so that's good. Get that going for them. And I am just getting some things set up here for set myself up for success. He says he can't click start. Something's broken. That's good. All right, we are heading into the draft for game number 1. Spooky Ghost versus CCS. CCS. First band going over to the side of those spooky ghosts. Everyone in our chat is ready, so we're ready. First band is Junkrat. Always just an annoying hero to deal with. I'm always for a Junkrat ban. Eric with a K versus Eric with an A. Wolf versus Little Wolf. This game has got all kinds of stuff going on. Junkrat only have a 21% pick rate this season in Division B with a 54% win rate. Pretty cool. Next band going over to the side of CCS, and it's a Varian band. Soothsayer is running extremely slow tonight. Apologies, guys, if these stats are kind of slow, but Varian rocking a 18% pick rate in all of Division B this season Only gets banned about 9% of the time. Next ban over the side of Spooky Ghost, and we're going to see the gray main banned here. Definitely get some value in this map. Wrecking those Skeletal Warriors. A 20% pick rate, Division B this season, 53% win rate, which is pretty good for an assassin. And final ban of the first round of bans going over to CCS. Who's it going to be? Maybe a Johanna? Maybe a Deathwing? And Mephisto. Okay. Let's see who we're going to get as pick number 1 for those spooky ghosts. Mephisto is rocking a 59% win rate this season in Division B. Pretty cool. Johanna being the first pick for Rogoth. Next 2 picks over to the side of CCS. Joe, obviously a meta tank. And also pretty good on this map at kind of bullying that objective area. Sylvanas and Blaze picked up by Can't Connect stuns, so hopefully they can connect some of those stuns and follow up with the damage from Sylvanas. And there it is, Wolf on his patented Sylvanas. Next 2 picks over to the side is Spooky Ghosts. Uh-oh, watch out, cat. Don't step on my keyboard. Don't be mad. Tychus and Stukov picked up. Next bands over to CCS. There it is. We have the Captain Lil Wolf picking up Stukov. Always a good healer. Easy heals to kind of not have to worry about the macro coordination of, and then very good crowd control ability. There you have a Maev ban. That one's interesting. Might be a targeted ban. Only gets picked about 7% of the time this season. Nothing crazy to write home about when it comes to win rate. Ghost Dunk says is going to be surprised that they picked anything but Joe. Yeah, with her available on this map, it'd be hard to let that go. Falstad, the final ban for map number 1 on Infernal Shrines from Spooky Ghosts. All right, 2 more picks over to the side of CCS. What are they going to build this comp with? They've got Blaze, they've got Sylvanas, I've got a small kitten attacking me. Ouch. Yeah, Cats on my keyboard was last night's game. You're right. Kelthos for Eric with an A and Brightwing. All right, final 2 picks for those Spooky Ghosts. Probably could use a mage and maybe a frontliner. We'll see what we get. There's your mage, and there's your frontliner. Hogger and Tassadar, picked up by Spooky Ghosts. Tassadar damage, hard to deal with. Very annoying burst. Unavoidable damage. And last pick over to Brainer. It's a no-brainer. You already know who it is. I definitely know that it's 100% ETC. Final pick over to the side of CCS. Swap round. Please don't make my life hard. Everyone stay on your own person that you've selected. And, of course, Brainer picks up the ETC, maybe? Eric's on Kelthos, and we're all good. We are heading into map number 1. Infernal Shrines. Let's do this. Spooky Ghost versus CCS, game number 1. This is a best of 5 series. Nexus Gaming Series Season 14 Division B West semifinals. This team goes on. The winning team goes on to the finals for Division B. Overall, comp-wise, if the stuns are working, the chain stuns are working, I'm definitely going with CCS just based on the comp alone, but nothing to scoff at over there on the side of Spooky Ghosts. Cat, I'm going to murder you if you keep effing with the stream. So just, you know, just keep that in mind. All right, on the blue team, Little Wolf on Stukov, Rogoth on Johanna, Kalidas on Tychus, Boundary X on Tassar, and Eric with a K on Hogger. For the red team, Eric with an A on Keltos, Wolf on Sylvanas, Brainer on ETC, Slickrub on the Brightwing, and the Maineski on Blaze. We got some B-stepping. Make sure you report these guys for toxic behavior. And let's do this. The game has started. Heroes of the Storm action. Looks like we're already having Spooky Ghosts kind of spread out into the 3 lanes. We're not getting that patented Sylvanas tower push that we tend to see a lot in organized Heroes of the Storm play. But you know how it is. We are going to get the static charge out from Tassadar. Brainer goes in onto the Johanna, who's maybe going to be escaped with about 200 health. Very nice. But those chain CCs from CCS is going to be an issue tonight, at least in this first match. Very nice portrait synergy. I totally agree. Ghost Dunk says if CCS can keep Brainer alive, they're totally going to win. And that's all I have to do. So pretty simple. We already see the camp being picked up down here in the bottom lane from Little Wolf. Rogoth warding the top smoke. He is going to get polymorphed. He's going to have to pop his trade. He does have to be careful. Nothing to save him now if they do decide to chain CC. Hogger's going to engage on Wolf on the back line. And now, advantage bottom camp going over to Spooky Ghosts. Meanwhile, the Maineski in the middle lane doing Blaze things, getting that XP, burning things with fire, and that's it. Yeah, can't connect stuns. Did go hard into CC, which is an interesting strategy if you can't connect them, so we'll see how this goes. Eric with an A staying down here in the bottom lane, clearing out that siege camp. We are going to see a engagement here by Rogoth onto Brainer, who is able to slide out of there. We are going to definitely see some force walls, trapping some people and finishing the kills. Mark my words, especially once that Stukov route comes online. I'm Pickle Matt says, OMG, Stroke, I am your biggest fan. Thanks for joining. And I actually have to pay him to say these things. My fellow podcast co-host. I'm Pickle Matt in the chat. Welcome. Not sure how Block Party gets any value here. Yeah. Sometimes it just helps you mitigate a little bit of that extra damage, but both bruiser camps being picked up by each side as the top shrine comes online in about 7 seconds. We do see the Into the Rhythm picked up by Tychus. And here we are. There's the force wall under Brainer. He's going to be out there just fine, but he is going to have to watch out for that because with the Tychus, if he gets caught behind a nasty force wall, he's going to be... It's going to be bad news. It's just going to be inevitable. All right, no camps pushing middle or bottom lane, so now it's just going to be 2 teams facing off like it was meant to be ARAM. Except we're in the top. All random, all top. All mid, all top. Random. Things. Words. All right, we have 19 Skeletal Warriors with that early blaze. Start over to the side of CCS. There is Brainer getting stunned out. Brightwing's going to have to phase shift onto him. He's going to be okay. There's that early force wall. Blaze is still in there. He gets a single stun onto the Hogger, but nothing doing. There goes a 4-man. Oh, the quest completed punish-wise for Johanna, and that is not good news for the rest of CCS, as it is early, and that thing hurts. Slide goes in on the boundary, but misses, and here comes the silence onto Brainer, and he does go down. That's what you're going to see a lot of in this match, as Spooky Ghost now takes control of the top shrine with Hogger spinning to win. The remaining members of CCS having to spread out across the map, trying to keep their experience equal. And this first Punisher is going to go over to the side of Spooky Ghosts. And that wall is going down. Whoever's over here, Eric with an A, you better watch out. One Punisher jump and you are dust. Slide comes out from Brainer. Punisher being handled, but so is the fort. We do get a root onto Brainer, followed by a Punisher Stun. We'll see if we get a follow-up engage from Johanna. We do. Here comes a Brightwing phase, but there is the Force Wall. And the ETC is going to be okay, but top fort does go down. Meanwhile, Eric with a K in the bottom lane is able to sneak that camp away from Blaze. Punisher is down, but damage done. Top fort gone for CCS, and now they're going to have to play slightly from behind. Aggressive siege camp invade here. Yeah, that huge shrine lead didn't really pay off. Yeah, that subdue quest is going to hurt, I'm telling you. You keep an eye on that. Kind of the go-to talent anyways, even if you don't complete the quests, in my opinion, but who am I? You know? My glory days and HOTS are long gone, long behind me. All right, level 10s are online for Spooky Ghosts. We do have Odin coming out from Tychus, Bless Shield from Johanna. Black Hole for Tassadar. There's your Hortipult for the old Knoll. And, of course, Flailing Slipe for Stuka. 10s are online as well for CCS. We do see the Phoenix used there by Kilthos, just to kind of ward them off. Wailing Arrow for Sylvanas, of course, Mosh Pit for ETC. Blink Heal and Bunker Drop. Chat, what do you think? Slight advantage over to the side of Spooky Ghost so far. Will we see an answer? It is 1 kill to none. Very strategic, slow paced so far. Brainer, Sidestep King on that Stukov. And there is the Force Wall. And we'll see if, followed up with the silence from Stukov. The phase shift is going to be too late, and ETC does go down. Johanna getting relatively low, but Eric with a K jumps in onto the backline, and this is bad news bears for Sylvanas. Wolf goes down, and now 2 members missing for CCS. We'll see if we get an aggressive push in the bottom fort, as the next shrine objective is going to be up in about 30 seconds. 29 stacks for In the Rhythm for Tychus so far. Here comes the Odin ult, as this fort is going to be nuked. And the shrine will come online here in the next 10 seconds. So there's top fort, bottom fort down for CCS. And the shrine is started. Here we go. I'd like to see an aggressive engage followed up by stuns. There is the Mosh Pit. He gets 2 members. There goes the Wailing Arrow onto the back line, but it kind of misses, only getting the Tassadar. Hogger does go down, but members of CCS getting lower and lower. Boundary X getting low as well. They are able to scare Spooky Ghosts off as they're missing one of their main frontline dudes. We'll see what kind of follow-up we get here. Blessed Shield does miss. That is a huge issue now for Spooky Ghosts. And now 35 Skeletal Warriors. We are going to get the first objective. Tychus does get caught out by Brainer. There's the force wall to kind of zone the rest of follow-up there. There is the bunker. And they're just hoping Punisher gets out. There he is. Eric with an A has to drop Phoenix once more. Not getting a whole lot of value there, but at least wards off the members of Spooky Ghosts. And now John Cena, the arcane version, is out. Jumps onto Johanna. Follow power slide by ETC. Johanna's able to get out of there, and Brainer starts to get real low. Black Hole is used by Tassadar. Punisher at about 50% health. The fort is still relatively healthy. And looks like CCS is just going to kind of back off as their members are getting low. They're going to pick up this camp here. Siege camp in the bottom lane. They are slightly behind in experience, and maybe that's kind of their general strategy right now is to catch up. Not a ton of value from John Cena, but now they at least have some confidence they can win some team fights. Uh-oh, Brainer's got to watch out here. That ward is warding that bush is the end of him. 3-man stun on from Eric to save the rest of the members of his team. Very nice there. Yeah, ETC is going to have to be careful for the remainder of this match. Game, whatever you want to call it. He just does not have the survivability to deal with this force wall silence from Stukov. Tychus damage. Just play it safe. Maybe let Blaze kind of lead the way a little bit in team fights. Don't worry so much about warding. If you do see something, just get out of there. But, yeah. Level 16's on the horizon for Spooky Ghosts. We'll see what they decide to do once they get those going. Spray and Pray for Tychus. There's a Remorseless for Sylvanas. Take a look at the stats here. Tychus leading the way for Spooky Ghosts, and Kel'Thas with 18,000 damage leading the way for CCS. Hogger doing Hogger things up here in the Bruiser camp. Brainer overestimated his survivability on ETC. I totally agree with you there. If they're gonna win this, he's gonna have to play a little bit more passively when they're not in team fights, and then hope for a big mosh. The Sound 51 says, not my favorite Hogger build. I'll be quite honest with you. I need to play Hogger some more to kind of, especially as a cat. We do get a chain CC onto Hogger. Johanna also taking a lot of damage. There goes that chain bomb. I'd like to see them continue to push here aggressively as Rogoth is very, very low. Oh, the stun from the Mineski misses, but we do get some damage onto Little Wolf. There goes Black Hole. No mosh available quite yet, and now we're going to get the top shrine active here in about 15 seconds. 16's online for both sides. Will of the Forsaken maybe helping Wolf with some survivability / escapability. And Shrine immediately started by CCS. They'd like to get a head start. I'd like to see Brainer maybe play back just a little bit. His team is here. Uh-oh. Eric with a page jumps on the both backline members of CCS, and the Blessed Shield goes out on the backline as well, and there goes Kel'Thas. Just a split kind of positioning issue there. And now CCS is just running for their lives. Brainer is able to get out of there with a power slide, but Blaze goes down. Yeah, interesting kind of positioning they had going on, as ETC was way far to the left, and then Blaze up here in the shrine itself. All the backline members just kind of got focused and deleted. Meanwhile, down here in the middle lane, once again, Brainer goes down from an engage by 3 members of Spooky Ghosts. If you're CCS here, getting a little bit worried about this match. You're going to get another Punisher onto the top fort. Should be able to clear that out relatively safely, but you're going to have to start winning some of these team fights and playing a little bit smarter in the team fights.
Blue team has summoned a Mortar Punisher.
All right, Mortar Punisher marching down the lane with all 5 members of Spooky Ghosts. Ambitious stun from KT, yeah, definitely led to some bad things. All right, Punisher down to about 70% health, but that keep is going down quickly. Commander Odin is out, and Commandeer Odin, I should say. Punisher's almost gone, but so is this keep. And there you have it. Punisher and keep go down at relatively the same time. Pre-20s, this is the time where you're going to want to fight if you are CCS. About half a level experience needed for Spooky Ghosts to go ahead and get that final Storm talent. This will get them part of the way there. Brainer does need to be careful here as he's by himself. Only camp available. Oh, we do have the Bruiser camps now available on both sides. Eric with a K kind of scouting out over here in the top lane. And let's read the story. ETC with 4 deaths, just kind of getting nuked by that Tychus damage. 35,000 so far, 16 minutes in. Bruiser camp picked up in the top lane, and Storm talent selected. Big red button for Tychus. Radiating Faith. Longer stun for that chaining Blessed Shield. Hitting more targets. Kugelblitz. Improving that black hole. Controlled Chaos for Stukov. And now Spooky Ghost is just probably just going to try to force the issue here with Storm talents available. We do see an aggressive stun go out onto Eric with a K, but now Brainer is stuck behind that force wall, and there's the silence. He does escape out of there with 400 health with the Brightwing phase shift. Sylvanas looking to join, but they still don't have level 20s. They do have Moshpit available, Bunker as well. They need to be careful because Black Hole is still up. Odin is available. Oh, Eric with the K is in a bad spot, but he does stun 2 members out, and there you have it, folks. That silence from Stukov just makes ETC's day much, much harder. Here comes Odin, and there goes the keep. Big red button. Should make relatively short work of this keep. Next shrine is up here in 20 seconds. Eric with a K gets caught out by Hogger, and Force Wall comes out for him. He might be able to get out of there, but Blessed Shield hits 3 members. Bunker just in the nick of time. And Blink Hill gets him out of there, but the keep is gone. But that does give them a chance. They are level 20 now. Storm Talent's online. Flamethrower for Kel'Thas. Deafening Blast for Sylvanas. There's the Death Metal. Well, if you're dying a lot, you might as well select a beneficial ult improvement there. Fortified Bunker for Blaze. 14 Skeletal Warriors over to the side of Spooky Ghost. This is it. There's no bottom keep. They're going to have to fight here, and they're going to have to win if they want to preserve anything for this match. Oh, Kalidas is one. The Kalidas is getting nuked by Kel'Thas. Chain Bomb is going to take him out, but Brightwing does go down, and so does Sylvanas. Hogger just wreaking havoc onto the backline, and now ETC is shortly to follow. Blaze does get this stun follow-up in the Death Mosh, but Punisher says, oh yeah, you want to join this fight? And folks, this is going to be most likely, barring some kind of crazy miracle, the end of game number 1. Ergo the A puts up a valiant fight, but too little, too late. Spooky Ghosts convincingly marching toward victory. Game number 1. Core down to about 70% health. Still 40 seconds until these guys are fully online, and there goes Blaze as well. There you have it. Game number 1, Spooky Ghosts. Very nice. Let's go ahead and take a look at the post-game stats there. Tassadar coming in the clutch there at the end with 44,000 damage, 142,000 siege damage, and no deaths for him. And Kel'Thas picking up some late-game damage there with 51,000 K and 143,000 siege damage. Overall, though, 13 kills to 2 in favor of Spooky Ghosts, and that one was not close. GG's on both sides, and let's see where we're going to be headed next for game number 2. If you're in the chat, thanks for joining. Let me know what you thought of game number 1. A lot of relatively quick team fights won by Spooky Ghosts. We're going to need to see some adjustments made by both teams, as is tradition. But luckily, this is a best-of-5 series, and we get all kinds of Heroes of the Storm action tonight. Let's take a look at the maps that we have left. Rocking Alteric Pass, Braxis, Garden, Tomb of the Spider Queen. I'd like to see a Towers of Doom. That'd be a fun one. Always fun to cast, moving around a lot. And we'll see what CCS decides to do. Will they take first pick? Will they decide what map we're going to next? Who knows? Who knows what could happen in this wild and crazy game we call Heroes of the Storm. While we wait for the lobby to get created, chat, I want to hear who's playing God of War Ragnarok. It's been about 5.5 hours of the last 2 days playing. It's real nice. No spoilers, though. I won't spoil anything for you. But you can hear us talk about God of War Ragnarok and all the other God of Wars on One More Game podcast. If you're interested, check that out. That's One More Game podcast. Yep, I'm Pickle Matt. It is best of 5. We stream, we talk about video games every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Central at twitch.tv/OMG podcast. A lot of times we do talk about Nexus Gaming Series Heroes of the Storm action. All right, Spooky Ghosts CCS game number 2. Just like I said, we are headed to the Towers of Doom. Very exciting for me. I love this map. I don't necessarily like playing this map, but I like watching it. Boy! All right, this map was picked by Spooky Ghost, so it will be first pick over to the side of CCS. Game number 2. Things I saw. Yep, just a little bit too aggressive positioning and overestimating survivability from ETC. It's just a hard. He just ran into a brick wall, no pun intended, when it came to the comp that Spooky Ghost had. I don't think it's a reflection of the way that they're going to play or anything like that. It was just hard to deal with and survive. But yes. In case you're just joining us, this is Nexus Gaming Series Season 14 Division B West Semifinals Best of 5 Series. Game number 1 went over to the side of Spooky Ghosts on Infernal Shrines, a map picked by CCS. Now we are headed to Towers of Doom as selected by Spooky Ghosts. That'll give the first pick over to CCS in this next map draft. It is 1-0. You got to get to 3 to win it. See you in the Nexus. All right, lobby is set up. All players are in. I'm ready. Chat, are you ready? Make sure you type R in the chat if you're ready. Let's see those NGS emotes as well. Since we're on the NGS 2 channel, might as well take advantage of it. But you know, if you like what you hear from this streaming side of it, you know, why don't you head over to twitch.tv/the__stroke. Drop me a like, a follow, whatever it is. New to this streaming gig, but having a great time. Made affiliate a couple months ago, and we're on the up and up. Just finished my first 24-hour stream for charity for Extra Life for the Dayton, Ohio Children's Hospital. We raised about 400 bones for that. That was cool. And did that over at Viral Esports Compound there in Kettering, Ohio. If you're not sure what that is, go check that out. It's a very cool place. At viraltech.com. They make custom PCs, but they also host gaming tournaments, gaming events, gaming parties, all kinds of cool stuff. Sound 51 is ready in the chat. We are ready. I'm ready. Let's do this. CCS Wolf says, let's go CCS. Hey, focus on your gameplay. Let's go. I want to see... I want all 5 games tonight. I want the full helping Pickle Mats are. Oh, thanks to Sound51. Too kind. Support theStroke. He's a great caster. I'm having a good time with it. Can't confirm status. We're waiting on what's going on in this pregame lobby. Let's do this. Let's play video games. CCS Wolf said his friend just did a charity for a place in Dayton as well. Viral Tech. Is that where he was? There was 2 other dudes streaming there. All right, we are heading into the draft for game number 2 on Towers of Doom. Spooky Ghost versus CCS. So excited. First ban is going over to CCS as it is their choice to be the first pick. I can't focus at the moment. Yeah, you should probably play video games since we're all watching you. But good luck. First ban is gonna be Tassadar. You can see some respect banning now. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? They're varying once again. We took a look at last match, but, you know, take another look at him. There's the Johanna ban. Coming from, this time, Spooky Ghosts. Johanna rocks a 41% pick rate in Division B, but mostly because she gets banned 51% of the time. And she's got a 55% win rate, which is pretty darned good in a game that you would expect people to win about half. Mephisto banned out from CCS. They must know something I don't about a player on Spooky Ghost, because they've banned that twice now. Esports. We love sports. Last ban of the first round of bans in map number 2 on Towers of Doom for Spooky Ghosts. It's going to be Junk. Junk in the trunk. Junkrat banned out by Spooky Ghosts. All right, first pick, as requested for CCS. What did she say? They did it for a food bank in Miami Valley.
Hell, it's about damn time.
Oh, Wolf is not in the match. Okay, got it. Ghost Dunk is in. Got it. Thank you for letting me know. And are going to get the Tychus pick from Ghost Dunk. See, chat, you always got my back. Next 2 picks over to the side of Spooky Ghost, Scolitis with Sylvanas, and Little Wolf on Stukov once again. All right, next 2 picks over to CCS. NRSA, you saved me, because I was completely oblivious that they had a roster swap. Diablo picked by Brainer, and there's the Anduin from Slick Rub. Diablo is my favorite tank. I love how he just bangs booties into walls. Just banging booties. Hopefully see some good ones on this map. All right. Falstad banned out once again. Let's go ahead and see how Diablo's faring this season in Division B. 24% pick rate with a 55% win rate. Only gets banned about 18% of the time. All right. Next ban and last ban for map number 2 on Towers of Doom. CCS bans out. Murky. I mean, Maev. I knew it was an M. I just knew it. All right, 2 more picks over to the side of Spooky Ghost. They need a tank, frontliner, maybe an auto attacker. Blaze and Kel'Thas. A lot of fire. A lot of fire. Two more picks to round out their draft over to the side of CCS. They got Tychus, they got Anduin, they got Diablo. What will we see next? Brainer go banging booties. Li Ming and Leoric. Very nice. Always a dangerous foe on this map. And the Li Ming for Eric with an A. Last pick for Spooky Ghosts. May for Eric with a K. Haven't seen a May in a while. Should be interesting. Let's see if anyone's swapping around. Looks like Rogoth is actually on Kel'Thas. And Eric with a K on Blaze. Boundary X on Kel'Thas. What is happening? Rogoth is on May. And we are headed into game number 1. Sorry, that's game number 2. Towers of Doom. All right, I got all these players figured out. It's the hardest part of your day when you're casting by yourself.
Prepare yourself for battle.
All right, for the blue team, Little Wolf on Stukov once again, Rogoth on May, Kaleidos on Sylvanas, Boundary X on Kael'thas, and Blaze, played by Eric with a K. For the red team, Eric with an A on Li Ming, Ghost Dunk on Tychus, Brainer on Diablo, Slick Rub on Anduin, and the Mineski on Leo. More B steps coming out from CCS, and the battle begins here in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's Ghost v. Ghost. Ghost v. Ghost. No, Battle of the Wolves is over. And here we go. Sylvanas heads bottom lane with her cohorts as we get some trickery happening. They are going to get value onto this bottom tower. May rotating in. She is getting stopped by other members. Sorry, Li Ming rotating in. Didn't quite get the tower, but they did some damage. Consume Vitality selected for Leo. There's the first booty bang of the night for Diablo. Remember, Brainer's going to be a little bit weak early game as he needs to collect souls and kind of just a little bit weak to start out until his kit is fully developed. There's a stun onto Brainer. Chain bomb spreading. But everyone okay. Just keep calm, and here we go with camps. Dash selected for Tychus. Brainer got to watch out here. Siege camp picked up for CCS. They got a slight level advantage. This one wave of experience for Blaze to soak up here should be good to go. But we'll see these little pumpkin heads pushing on in. Full combo from Eric with a K on the boundary. And we'll see these siege camps meet in the middle. Both teams clearing them out as we speak. As most of you know, bottom lane extremely important on this map, focusing down here for the most part by most teams. Because of the constant pressure you get from these siege camps here. You'll see a lot of teams just kind of leave 4 men down here, 4 men and women, and just focus on that bottom fort. Once that thing's gone, the match can kind of stay in your control, especially with multiple objectives spawning. We do get a Blizzard stun out on Diablo. He does have to get pulled out of there with Leap of Faith from Anduin. That'll be down for a few. Both teams relatively even in experience. No kills to be had yet. And Diablo just looking to collect some souls. He's at 45 so far. There is the silence from Stukov, and this thing is just the bane of Brainer's existence today. The baner of Brainer. Uh-oh, Eric with an A, playing Ring Around the Rosie. It's a full combo out on the Little Wolf. But looks like the rest of CCS going to be... Oh, Brainer gets in there just in the nick of time to delay and also able to escape with his life. We'll see if Eric is able to continue to stall. Very nice there. Brainer going to brain. There goes the Shadow Dagger from Sylvanas out onto Brainer. Very nice ice block just in the right time for May. Rogoth's going to have to get out of there. Their Boundary X, meanwhile, able to channel that final shrine or tower, if you will. And Brainer getting very, very low. And Slick Rub as well. That Silence just doing a lot of damage on low targets. And we do see a 36-32 advantage for Spooky Ghost. Very well played there. We are getting Triumvirate for Li Ming, so watch out for them orbs. And the Piercing Light quest for Anduin. All right, here we have what looks like a feigned engage. The Pumpkin Warriors are going to be stalled just outside of range for those crashing into those towers, so nothing to worry about there. Meanwhile, Leoric and Blaze just doing their jobs. I'm not saying that it's exciting, but it is what it is. Rogoth doing an excellent job with his snowball, blinding at the right time for Tychus. So far, Brainer not getting a whole lot of value with his kit, but that could all change here with a single tower spawning. Uh-oh. We get a 5-man engage onto Eric with a K. I don't think he's going to die, which is insane. Now Eric with an A has got to be careful as Leo is able to delay that tower channel. Mineski doing a little bit of damage on the back line. Brainer does jump in. He does not have 100 souls yet. He gets pulled out of there with Leap of Faith from Anduin. Leo getting low. Barely gets out of there with the walk. And gets a heal from Anduin. I think CCS is probably going to have to back off here. Full range orb from Eric. But Diablo's low. He needs one more soul. Oh, you hate to see it. Meanwhile, Mineski in on Stukov doing some work. And CCS is going to have to back off here. Although many members of Spooky Ghost getting quite low. Boundary getting low as well with that full Li Ming combo hitting him in the face. But once again, Spooky Ghost does channel. Craig the Ghost 13 says he's a huge fan of me. He's another one of the people I pay to say these things. All made possible by subscribers like you. Yeah, Eric with a K living there is huge. He goes down. That shrine is, or that tower is definitely given up. So kind of hurts that they weren't able to secure that kill with all 5 members engaging on him. All right, Diablo gets Light Bomb on him, but now that Chain Bomb is spreading like you read about in the CDC brochures. Slick Rub getting very, very low in the backline, and Diablo also going to have some issues. He does have souls. He's able to get out of there with about 40 health, but does eventually go down. Souls reset. Eric with an A. He's got to be careful. He's trying to get a reset, but just misses. Uh-oh. Nothing to help you. Anduin tries, but not enough. Ghost Dunk's got to be careful. That Blizzard just barely misses from Rogoth, and he's able to get out of there. But guess what? Sylvanas is doing Sylvanas things, and this bottom fort is gone. It's never, ever, ever what you want to see on this map is to lose the bottom fort early. It's 8 minutes in, and this could be bad. All right, level 10s. Yep, missed them, but they're online. Lightning Breath selected for Diablo. Interesting. And there we get 2 channels of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 18 core health for CCS to the 36 for Spooky Ghosts. And right now, this is just kind of a clinic by those ghosts. Diablo does get a stun combo onto May, but nothing doing. Ice Wall goes out and totally ruins the light bomb. And then it's almost like Spooky Ghost was just kind of toying with him there. Entomb does whiff. And now we're just going to see Spooky Ghost just kind of post up and defend this bottom tower as Blaze is able to kind of do other things elsewhere. We do get a full engage from Diablo onto the Kel'Thas. He goes down, but that tower is chunking his health. Eric now taking the brunt of the damage. Even losing that member, so to speak, Spooky Ghosts deciding to play defense down here on that bottom tower. Yeah, I totally agree with the sound. Very clean engagements for Spooky Ghosts so far in these first two matches. But at any moment, CCS could turn that around. 3 kills to 1 in favor of Spooky Ghosts. We are seeing the siege camp being picked up here by Spooky Ghosts. We have 2 towers spawning, and CCS is able to get their bottom fort back. Entomb available, Light Bomb available.
Be swift, heroes.
And it looks like Spooky Ghost is going to forego channeling or fighting for any of these towers and pick up these pumpkins. And guess what? It's going to be hard to defend this bottom fort. I'd like to see Diablo engage here. Ah, this is where APOC would just wreck. Mind control does go out onto Diablo. There is the ice wall. That's going to cause issues for them here shortly when this tower comes online. Eric does get out of there, no issues. Entomb goes out on a Kaleidos, followed by Light Bomb, and it's just nuking Sylvanas, but she's able to get out of there, and the Mineski's going to pay for that aggressive engage as that silence from Stukov. Now they have to try to retreat through this tower, which is never fun. Here goes the Blizzard onto the backline. Slick Rub goes down. Raynor is able to escape out of there with a minion dive. Very nice. But 3 members deleted on the side of CCS. And here we go with that bottom pressure in the bottom lane. Now you can start focusing on these other towers. Lightning Breath does go out, but not a whole lot of damage there, and there's the danger of that. You're just going to get Stukov silence for days. And because that Lightning Breath lasted so long, he was immediately able to use that Lurking Arm again to kill the Diablo, and it's going to happen once again. But this time, Brainer able to escape out of there. They are able to pick up that fort. All right, 3 altar phase. Bottom one being picked up by Spooky Ghosts. If they're going to do this, they need to do this now. Light Bomb and, yeah, just a full delete of Blaze. Very nice, but not a whole lot of value you're going to get from these altars with just 2 shots going into the core, and now only 7 remaining for CCS. They're going to have to turn this thing around. Level 16 is picked up. Mirror Ball goes selected for Li Ming. We'll see if she can start nuking some people. Leo's able to get out of there with just a sliver of health onto that bottom fort. Meanwhile, CCS is going to focus this boss here. 4 more shots onto the core against Spooky Ghosts. This is how you call comebacks. Start getting some picks. Start getting some confidence. Get your towers back. Win some team fights. Like and subscribe. Oh, sorry. YouTube habits. Look at all these pumpkins. They're going to get there the worst possible time. Ice Wall does hit 2 members of CCS. This tower is up and protecting them, so they got that going for him, which is nice. Entomb does go out onto Boundary X, but he's going to be okay as he pops his mana shield. There's the Stukov Silence. Light Bomb does go out on the Rogoth, but he's able to ice block. Not a whole lot of value there. Frontline for CCS is just continuing the fight here. There goes a Lightning Breath on the Boundary, and he is going to go down, as does Rogoth. Very nice. Reset come out for Eric, but he doesn't pick up anything else, and now we're seeing the tides turn slightly here for CCS. Very nice. Very nice team fight there. Single altar phase for the objective here in 5 seconds. Like to see them aggressively push to get this tower first. Very, very nice. And now that chain CC and aggressive play from CCS is starting to pay off. 7 kills to 4 in favor of Spooky Ghost, but that momentum has shifted in the direction of can't connect stuns. Sylvanas gets caught out by Diablo. The stun does miss, followed by a late light bomb. Entomb does go out on the Little Wolf, but they are under the tower here. Slickrub taking a lot of damage from Colitis. And a little bit too aggressive. Eric with a K is going to engage now, and here comes the Stukov Silences for all my friends. Watch out for Chain Bomb. Spreading it like you read about. Little Wolf getting super low from Eric. Does have to be careful. Ooh, Mirror Ball. Can just delete you when you're least expecting it. We've got 10 more seconds for Entomb. Light Bomb as well, a couple seconds away. I like this play here. They have the bottom fort. Oh, that would have been a great time for Entomb. All right, here comes those little pumpkin men. We'll see if they're able to push them into the core. No altar phase to speak of here. They do have to watch out because an Entomb can delete you, even though you think you're safe here. Light Bomb goes out, but there's the Entomb and silencing Entomb. Colitis goes down as well, so May down. Sylvanas down. I think they got 1 or 2 pumpkins in. Brainer's getting a little aggressive. He has to get pulled out of there. And here comes some more chain bomb damage. But momentum stays in favor of CCS. Almost evening it up. Oh, big red button. Almost kills Little Wolf. And now they're looking to get aggressive and go for this middle tower. Not a whole lot that Spooky Ghost can do about it. There are 2 altars up. Li Ming's going to head down here and try to channel one of those. CCS being smart about this, though, and the best thing you can do for yourself is to just secure this fort as it causes constant pressure issues. All right, all members back up for Spooky Ghosts. And now, just like that, we are down to 6 health on the core for Spooky Ghosts. What a turnaround. That silencing Entomb is very, very scary. You get caught in that thing, it's going to be a bad day for you, as we've seen in the last couple fights. Oh, it misses there. A little bit too greedy. Diablo out onto Colitis, and there goes the Lightning Breath. Just deleted. Light Bomb misses, but 1 member down for Spooky Ghost, and now this is bad news bears for Boundary as well. Leo in on the backline still. Little Wolf has to try to get out of there. Rogoth still being pestered by that stupid Skeletal King, and now we get a boss push from CCS. What a turnaround. It is going to be 2 core health left for Spooky Ghost, and there is the win condition right there. Oh. Brainer does need to be a little bit careful, but he's all right. those pumpkins are like an inch away, but wow. Blaze does go down, though, from the Tychus, and Little Wolf is going to go down as well. Possibly is the Lightning Breath available? Nope, it is not there. One pumpkin just holding on. Little Wolf could get deleted here if he's not careful with a dive. And there you have it. Force push, Eric getting that final kill. And this could do it for CCS. 3 seconds for one altar. There's nothing they can do about it. Mind control goes out on Diablo, but meanwhile, Anduin's all by his lonesome channeling. And you know what that means. Core down. Diablo gets deleted, but game number 2 goes over to CCS as an excellent turnaround. Wow. That was very, very cool to watch. Let's take a look at some stats. Sylvanas ending it with 66,000 damage for those spooky ghosts, and Diablo leading the way. Brainer banging booties, like I said. Best tank in the game. So much fun. And 11 kills to 8 in favor of CCS. What a turnaround. All right, so far what we've got from this match is if you pick the map, you lose. CCS evens it up 1-1. This is a best of 5 series, so realize we've got only 4 maps left, five maps available for possible 3 more games. Not even close, says Alden Zero. Yep. It was a great comeback. Cool to watch. Very fun match, and CCS proves that they're not just here for a one and done. Yeah, one last brainer death for the road. Yep. Just got to get those numbers up. And we are heading into game number 3. We'll see what Spooky Ghost decides to go with for this next map. Go ahead and have a look at our old friend Brainer as we get in here. Brainer is not a healer. He likes to rock Diablo Blaze and Varian, rocking a 72% win rate this season. Plays about 7 heroes in Division B, and he's always soft-seeing people. 4 minutes and 19 seconds worth every match on average. All right, chat, where are we going? What's your prediction? Where are we heading next? Alterac for the Horde. That little number up there, 1 versus 1. It's 1 game to 1. You got to get that thing to say 3 if you're going to advance to the finals this season. Nexus Gaming Series. Season 14, Division B West semifinals. I'm hoping for, I think I want to say Alterac. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, guys? You guys know what I mean? Well played, well played. Clearly, we know what happened. You joined the team, you won. Tomb of the Spider Queen? You think so? All right. I can see that. I could see that. In case you were wondering how these teams did in their regular season, if you're just joining us, they finished right at the top, tied 28 points apiece. Spooky Ghost did pick up both victories during their matches during the season. Arathi Basin, yeah, I'd like to see that, or Eye of the Storm would be a good one. Maybe. We might be picking another map, but we might not. I don't know. They might be just be deciding it by in the old way. Their best fighter against theirs. In a Hearthstone game. Towers of Dunk. Dunk? If you're in the chat and you want to hook Nexus Gaming Series up, just like their second channel. Follow Nexus Gaming Series 2, channel that you're in right now. It hooks them up. Because we all know and love this Nexus Gaming Series community. I know you guys do. I know I do. I love watching the community grow. I feel like it's getting larger, even though the game is not supported. Yeah, the Sound 51, I think the first seat, that little bracket thing, the standings, it doesn't really, I think it's alphabetical. Once they have the same amount of points, I don't think it has a tiebreaker feature built in. Oh, I called it. We're going to Alteric Pass. Yes, sir. Hearthstone, dead game. Yeah, I think only people that play Hearthstone are playing Battlegrounds. It's all about Snap now. I've been playing a lot of Snap. That's my go-to mobile game, when you're waiting around or on the toilet. Much simpler, quicker, more enjoyable. All right, we are going to Alteric Pass. Very strategic map. You need a lot of focus on that Knoll camp. And this map was picked by CCS. So if the trend continues, they definitely are losing this game. And then they'll go pick first pick next map, and then they'll win. Is this thing going to fit 5 matches? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. All right. Wolf is back in. Ghost is back out. Everything else remains the same. It is Battle of the Wolves again. It doesn't really matter who you guys want to win this overall. All that really matters is that the Horde wins. Alden Zero, thanks for the cast, by the way. Of course. Loving it. You guys make it all the more fun. Okay, fine. I'll go do big screen stompy things without you. Big green stompy things. What does that mean? Ektar says, go Ghosts. Welcome to chat. And yeah. The teams are ready. I am ready. And we will start as soon as everyone in the chat says R. Just kidding. We're actually starting right now. Welcome to Alteric Pass. Alterac or Alteric? What do you guys think? All right, first band going over the side of Spooky Ghost. And there you have it. Junkrat once again. Banned. Kind of provides that forever stall on this map, and another variant ban on the side of CCS. Falstad, again, banned out by Spooky Ghosts. And the Johanna ban finally for CCS. First pick over 2 Spooky Ghosts. She's talking about Magic. That Magic the Gathering. I have never dabbled. Everyone's ready in the chat. A Nubarak pick from Rogoth. My second favorite tank to play. Probably my highest win rate tank. Maybe Johanna. The one and only season I ever got Master in, I just mained a Nubarak. Or Vala if I had to play damage. Alterac. Greymane selected by Wolf, ironically, and Leoric from Maineski. It is one game apiece for these teams. Nexus Gaming Series Season 14, Division B West semifinals. Mephisto selected by Boundary. That's got to be a little bit scary since they've been banning him out constantly. And missed it this time. Little Wolf selects Anduin for the healer. First time not on Stukov. Like Aflac, says Anaressa. Alterac. My Ev ban on the side of CCS. Final ban for map number 3. Yeah, Snap is much less time commitment than Magic, I would venture to guess. Diablo banned out by Spooky Ghosts. They did not like what they dealt with last match. 2 more picks over to the side of CCS. Eric played an excellent Li Ming last round. That was an early Leoric pick, I agree. The sound. Ooh, a Stitches pick by Brainer. And Brightwing for Slick Rub. I do love me some Stitches. I know that's I'm Pickle Matt's favorite hero to play. There in the chat. Final 2 picks, a Medivh and a Malthael. Ooh, this is a gnarly situation they got going on. Eric with a K on Medivh. And Callidius on Malthael. The Angel of Death. Final pick for CCS. Probius. Oh, it's Chromie. Once again, Eric on the Mage, picking up the Chromie. Good on this map. Get some solid delay value. We'll see if we get any swaps going here. We are going into game number 3. We are doing it. These guys switch? I don't think they did. Nope, we're good. We are set. Off to Alterac Pass. My wife cosplays as Stitches. So hot right now. Yikes. Yikes. Yeah, I haven't seen a Medivh play it in quite some time. Should have showed the stats for that guy. This should be interesting. And Uberax is going to be able to dive aggressively and kind of and be safe about it, but we'll see. All right, for the blue team, Little Wolf on Anduin, Rogoth on Nubarak, Callidius on Malthael, Boundary X on Mephisto, and Medivh, played by Eric with a K. For the red team, Eric on Chromie. Wolf on Greymane, ironically. Brainer on Stitches, Slick Rub on Brightwing, and the Meneski on Leoric once again. Good luck, have fun's going out. People are mad about the map. I called the map. You can blame me, Wolf. Yeah, I agree with you. The sound, Holy Word Salvation, sounds pretty good. Boundary X said I picked it. I sure did. All right. Stitches, 0 for 1. Chat, keep track of how many hooks Brainer nails. There it is, 1 for 2 on Little Wolf. It's going to be interesting against a Medivh. You get the hook, but they're probably going to be okay. So you're going to maybe change up your strategy a little bit. Wait for that stuff to kind of be, those resources to be used by Medivh before you commit. Sidestep King. Eric with a K dodges that hook. 1 for 3. Kind of based on the comps. I don't know if Stitches works with this. I don't see. I guess you get the hook polymorph followed by Greymane engage. But there you have it, folks. You're going to see a lot of this for the rest of this map. Null camps being picked up by both teams. About 1 minute and 30 seconds, and you're going to see that repeatedly. The team that picks up the most null camps has a pretty good shot of winning. This map also very interesting in that it has probably the most powerful objective of any Heroes of the Storm map. And can definitely snowball even after the first objective. Brainer is able to connect the stun, but there's the Medivh protection. And it's just going to be interesting. Medivh's sitting at 17 stacks on his quest. This is going to be a hard one for Eric to deal with. Watch out. Ooh. 20 more seconds until these camps are back up. We'll see how these teams decide to prioritize picking these camps up. Greymane already making his way in that direction. It's interesting because this objective is so very strong, but then you see teams kind of really, really delay picking up the first objective as they're focusing camps and all that, but Rogoth doing his thing up here immediately starts to channel. No one interrupts it as they weren't expecting it, as he's able to keep his beetles from preventing the channel. And they get about 10 seconds down. Medivh about halfway done with his quest. Greymane does dive in onto Medivh, but he's going to have to back out of there as he's just using his beast mode form to clear out this null camp. Boundary X is going to become a major damage issue that CCS is going to have to deal with. The polymorph does go out onto him. Meanwhile, the Meneski is just up here unmolested, doing his thing. Spooky Ghost really lacking in the wave clear department. I'd love to see CCS punish that with split push. That's macro emphasis, says the Sound 51 in the chat. Can't disagree with you there. 24 stacks from Medivh quest. And he's going to start channeling. Meanwhile, the Meneski joins in on the back line. There goes the portals out for Medivh. Kalidas getting relatively low, and Chromie's able to take him out with an auto attack. Now, Boundary is in bad shape as well. Leap of Faith too late to save him, and Rogoth and Eric with a K also getting low, and so 2 kills to nothing in favor of CCS. Channel coming out onto the objective from Slick Rub. Yeah, I agree with you, Ghost Dunk. It is one of the harder objectives to win, but the value is insane if you can play it right. All right, 6 seconds left for this channel, and they are able to stop it finally. And meanwhile, Wolf is already doing his thing on the Knoll camp. This will get them some value if they can get that objective while that pushes. We'll see if they're able to do that. Division B West, welcome to the chat, and welcome to this game. For an update, it's 1-1. We're in game number 3. First match convincingly won by Spooky Ghost. Second match was convincingly being won by Spooky Ghost until about 7 core health remaining for CCS, and they were able to turn it around and pick up the victory, as is possible on Towers of Doom. Boundary X is going to get the interrupt. No, he is not, and that is going to get the objective for CCS. Hook does barely miss, as Medivh is able to escape out of there. And now we're going to see, most likely, a 1-3-1 push in the lanes. There's the slowing sands, and Gorge goes out onto a Nubrak, who should be okay with a burrow. Objectives still pushing into lanes. Leoric kind of just solo pushing most of this game. There's the hook onto the Rogoth. Medivh protection goes out onto him, preventing that Greymane dive damage. And this objective in the middle lane is getting taken care of relatively quickly, but Chromie down here in the bottom getting value, as well as up here in the top for Leoric. We are getting 3 members rotating into the bottom lane for CCS. There is the hook after the burrow. Medivh Leyline Seal does come out, and followed up by the root from Mephisto. There is your Power World Salvation, like you talked about. Chromie gets a cocoon onto her. The Rogoth dive misses just slightly, as Greymane is able to hit that cocoon a second before Rogoth was anticipating it. The Gorge does come out onto a Nubrak. I'm not sure if he has burrow available. He is going to take some shots, but he does get that Medivh portal out of there. Members of Spooky Ghost getting relatively low, but Anduin healing them up nicely. And now Brainer's going to slightly back off, as Boundary X is starting to do a lot of damage. Even Brainer is not able to withstand the damage from Mephisto, and a Nubrak gets the killing blow. A little bit too aggressive there. And this does give Spooky Ghost a little bit of a window to catch up structurally here in the bottom lane. Towers are down. We'll see if we get a cheeky Leyline Seal steal here. We'll see if these guys play this right. Eric is not going to be that crazy. But could have been done. All right, objective will be up here in about 15 seconds. Camp pushing into the mid lane for CCS. What will Spooky Ghost do? They will have to respond. And if CCS is smart, they might just knock over this bottom fort. All right. Channel not happening as of yet. Camp almost cleared out. Level 13s are available for CCS, so they do have to watch out being a talent tier down. Spooky Ghosts, and they just picked it up themselves. Brainer forgot he has a health bar. Yeah, he was just kind of standing there. It was a no-brainer, if you will. All right, level 13 to level 14. And guess what? Just like we talked about, camps. Camps are happening. Camps are a thing. This middle lane, it's essentially impossible to channel when they still have this fort up in the middle. Oh, big hook onto Rogoth. Eric has to stay smart and interrupt these channels. The Medivh protection does go out, followed by Portal, and Anubarak is able to make it out of there just in time. And they are able to pick up the channel. There goes the Entomb out onto the back line, followed by a root from Mephisto. But this fight is turning around in favor of Spooky Ghost as that long-range burrow takes out Brightwing. Objective continue to be channeled. Rogoth's getting low, but that leap of faith saves him. Cocktail takes him down to about 10% health, but Anduin gets him healed back up nicely. And Boundary X is just starting to do a lot of damage. It's hard to deal with. Oh, he had 7 health. I don't know if you guys saw that. Yep. Not a whole lot of value from that Entomb, and that's kind of what allowed Spooky Ghost to turn that around. If Medeski just kind of stayed top lane, they'd have that top fort down for show. Meanwhile, objective is channeled and picked up by Spooky Ghosts. 2 kills to 2. Relatively even on experience. Spooky Ghosts have all of their forts remaining, as do CCS. This middle one taking quite a bit of damage, however. But that objective is going down. Watch out for a hook, followed by Gorge. There is the Poly. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to burrow out of there. Yep, he should be fine. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about with the Medivh and the burrow. You kind of got to change up your game plan because the hook Gorge isn't going to get you the kills that you're hoping. So you're going to need to use that in a different way. I don't know exactly what that answer is, but, you know. If I did, I wouldn't be casting. I'd be playing in some kind of semifinals. I think they maybe need a different target other than Anubarak. I totally agree with you. Yeah, you almost think, like, don't fight. Not that that's exciting, but that's kind of how their comp is going to have the advantage if they just focus on the macro. And there is the hook onto Mephisto, but the burrow does go out onto Stitches before they can get him anywhere, and now we have a game pause. We do have a DC, interesting timing, and we'll kind of back out of there until we get these players back. But so far, it's about as even as you can get in this match. The middle fort is down for CCS, as is close. The bottom fort is almost gone as well. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Gorge, just with what they're going against. You've got a lot of ways of surviving that. I think you maybe probably would get a little bit better value with Bile, but all it takes is one pick with Gorge late game to kind of snowball a fight, so I don't necessarily say it's wrong. But so far, they're not getting much value out of it. I'll take this time to open my Xbox Series X mini fridge, which I just saw at Target, and I just couldn't not get it. But I'm going to pop open one of these IPAs that I picked up from a Viral Esports Compound. Yeah, they make beer too. If it's something that you like, they make it. Custom computers, boom. Extra large gaming mouse pads, boom. Custom keyboards, boom. Check it out. It's pretty cool. Viraltech.com. Should be a quick router reset, they say. He's standbying. You guys remember that from the Halo days? Standbying or bridging. So many cheaters out there. Of course, everyone's going to use this opportunity to take a piss. The winner of this map is going to put themselves into a winning next game wins situation. These teams must spend a lot of time playing HOTS with each other. They're I'll keep all the those conversations for them. Jeez Louise. Looks like Slick Rub might be the missing person. Let's see what old Slick Rub looks like this season. NGS Season 14 in Division B. The healer for Spooky... No, not for Spooky Ghost. For the other team. For CCS. Look at those clutch heals. 1.2 per game. He's only played 4 heroes all season long. That's kind of crazy. Doesn't spend a whole lot of time dead, which is always a positive from your healer. But there you have it. Let's see. Yeah, that disconnect was interesting timing. You had a Gorge and then a Nubarak Cocoon onto the Stitches. So currently reconnecting. All right. Looks like we are ready. Possibly. These teams love each other. It's fine. I gotta tell you guys, dude, this viral bandwidth IPA is pretty tasty. 7.5% alcohol by volume, though. Strong. All right. We are counting down. Resuming this match in 3, 2, 1. Go. There is the cocoon. Slowing sands. Not really going to do much for them. Yeah, this thing is fast and furious. Everyone's missing all their skill shots. Nobody was ready for that thing to get going again, but nice. Boundary starting to do a ton of damage to Brainer. All right. Here is where we stand. Boss play from CCS. They are not entirely sure that there's anyone in that bush. The Mineski just susses it out. Little Wolf's got to be careful here. He's way far forward. Greymane getting just lit up. There goes a leyline steal and boss steal. Very nice play from Spooky Ghost. Meanwhile, Wolf is getting very, very low. Nubrak is in it. Last Rites goes out on a Nubrak. Doesn't quite kill him, but the end result is a death on that side. Spooky Ghost walks away with not only a boss, but a kill. And now momentum has shifted as this next objective is up. We do have another disconnect from Malthael, but he's back. Hector says, Spooky Ghost, sincerely one of my favorite NGS people to, as far as just fun people to play games against. Yeah, it seemed like a solid group of gamers. Enjoyable folks. Lighthearted. Here goes a boss pickup in the top lane by those same lighthearted fellas we were just talking about. However, boss channel interrupted by CCS. They are going to have to not boss channel, objective channel. Boss is pushing in top lane. Wolf's going to have to focus on that. We'll see if the remaining members of CCS is able to... Oh, that hook misses a Nubarak, and guess who's standing in the line of fire is Anduin, but that cocoon goes out onto Anduin, and he's going to be just fine. There's that power word in the back line. Another hook connects with a backline member, but no damage to follow up. Meanwhile, Clytus is in here on the back line, and Mineski is going to get some damage out onto him, and this is just a brawl overall. Boundary X taking a ton of damage. The Leo Entomb screws Brainer over, and a kill goes out onto Leo. There goes Last Rites onto Brightwing as well. 2 kills to none, and there's a third in favor of Spooky Ghosts. Wolf be lucky to get out of there with his life, and there you have it, just like that. 3 kills to nothing in that team fight for Spooky Ghosts. Very, very nice overall team fight. It was a long fight, and they were able to kind of make it work in their favor. They also were able to take out the top fort with that boss. So right now, things looking pretty good for Spooky Ghosts. If you're CCS, you just got to play for level 20. But it's going to be very difficult with this 3-lane push coming in. I did hear a little bit of trash talk during the map draft about Spooky Ghosts being some Medivh one tricks back in the day during CCL. And it looks like that might be true. Hook just misses on the connect with Boundary X. Middle objective push is cleared out. Greymane doing what he can to chip away at the health of this bottom lane objective. Brainer's getting a little bit positioning interestingly. He gets a Gorge out on the Malthael. It's not going to do much with the Medivh and just the overall portability. There is the follow-up hook onto him, and Little Wolf smartly sticks with him. Meanwhile, without a tank, the hard engage goes out onto Chromie, and guess what? She gone. Yeah, it looks like CCS was trying to find a way to solve the puzzle of being down a talent, Storm talent, and having that objective push going. Stitch just got a little bit too aggressive and left Chromie in a bad spot. Here's the hook, followed by a burrow. Same story. All right, they are just a few minion waves away from picking up level 20. There goes that Power Wheel Salvation, followed up by the root from Mephisto. Brightwing gets deleted. Mineski gets taken down as well. And now this could snowball into a core push for Spooky Ghosts, as they do have 2 keeps down. But Drekthar, he ain't no pushover. I hate watching this because I think the Horde is going to lose. The Nubrak does go down. Drekthar does a lot of damage. You got to be careful. All right, Wolf being picked on by Colitis here. The core is down to about 25% health. Boundary X, Eric with a K, staying on it. Little Wolf is getting super, super low. Drekthar decides to focus on him. There goes the healer. Chromie, meanwhile, on the backline has to run away. Wolf getting low as well from Colitis. Core is down to about 10% health. And with that, Spooky Ghost picks up the victory for game number 3. Sorry, Ektar. But yes, now you can. Damage. Healing check. 59,000 damage for Mephisto, and as we see, there probably was a reason why they banned him out in the first 2 games. And 40 Stitches, unfortunately, leading the way for damage on the side of CCS. 9 kills to 4 in favor of Spooky Ghosts. Very, very nice overall map control and team fights during that map. And just like that, the trend continues. If you pick the map, you lose. Two games to 1 in favor of your Spooky Ghosts. At this point, you don't want to pick the map. What do we have left? I imagine we'll probably see a Sky Temple and a Tomb of the Spider Queen. I'm going to guess this next one is Tomb. But very nice, well played by Spooky Ghosts. And we are off to the next map here in just a few minutes. Wolf said it. Dirty Medivh 1 tricks. There it is. Trash talk has begun. Well, Nexus gamers, thanks for joining me tonight. It is it's a great night for Heroes of the Storm over here on Nexus Gaming Series 2nd channel. Happy to be casting for you guys this season. Looking to get more and more into it as the seasons go on, and maybe get myself involved a little bit into the gameplay aspect of it if I can get my teammates to commit. And we are headed to Braxis Holdout. Rex's holdouts picked by spooky ghosts. So automatically meaning that CCS will win this one, and we'll head to game number 5. Let's just make that a foregone conclusion and just start game number 5. All right, chat. What does CCS need to do to turn this thing around? It's 2-1. You still got life, but your back's against the wall. One more loss and you're done. Your season is over. All that hard work you did, all those games you put in, all those scrimmages, all those comms, all for naught. You got to go back to the drawing board, practice your B steps in the off season, come up with your new comps, get a lot of ARAM in, and try again next season. Let's go ahead and get a player highlight in here for Boundary X. There it is. That makes total sense. The Mephisto aficionado. Rocking a 70% win rate in season 14 this year. Spam these eyes to see game 5s. 92% kill participation with a 45,000 damage average. Well, we'll see if they return to their roots and ban this Mephisto out next game, because it definitely did not serve them well to have that available. Chat, what's going on? What's going on with God of War Ragnarok? How many of you are playing that right now while you watch this stream? I know I am. Just kidding. But seriously. Just waiting on some readies in the lobby. And while we wait, why don't you guys head on over to twitch.tv/the__stroke. Hit that follow button if you haven't. If you like what you hear tonight on this stream, this cast, having a great time streaming for you guys recently, and I would love the support. If you'd like to know when I go live, we are getting some R's in the lobby, but I've already told them we will not start this game until you guys all are in the chat. All right. Looks like they're all R. I'm R. You're all R. We are. IR Baboon. Into the draft. Braxis holdout. Game number... What is this? Game number 4? Mother of... It is 2-1 in favor of Spooky Ghosts. Last chance for CCS. Let's see how they decide to turn this thing around. 2-lane map. The sound's ready. Will it be a Mephisto ban? Varian banned out once again. Junkrat banned out once again. Next ban over to the side is CCS. There it is. They don't want to deal with that. Medivh, he gone. Although I don't think that was the majority of their problems. And Johanna banned out by Spooky Ghosts. I'm Pickle Matt. Bang, Kill, Mary, Stitches, Rhaegar, Diablo. Well, considering only one of those characters is remotely female because of Diablo 3, I'm going to marry Diablo. No, I'm going to bang Diablo. I'm going to marry Stitches. I'm going to kill Rhaegar. Slick Rub picks up Anduin for pick number 1. And Aressa says, you got the CCS. There it is. Mephisto once again from Boundary X and Sylvanas for Colitis. There's the Diablo and Tychus rapidly picked up on the other side. This is fast and furious. Next bands over to the side of Spooky Ghosts. Kel'Thas banned by Spooky Ghosts. Final ban, game number 4. This is Nexus Gaming Series Season 14. Division B West. Semifinals. Stukov banned for the final ban. All right, Spooky Ghost still needs a tank and a healer. Yeah, that Medivh spec ban. Which was hard to deal with in the right hands. Murden picked up as well as Brightwing for Spooky Ghosts. Final 2 picks over to the side of CCS. They've got a scary comp already. There's the Mage and Gul'dan and Leoric for the Mineski, who's played that 3 maps in a row. Final pick over to our Spooky Ghosts. We have the Dehaka for Eric with a K. Always good on this map to quickly get some ganks. See if anyone swaps out on me. I think Boundary X will probably switch off of Mephisto if I had to guess. Using my excellent caster knowledge. No swaps. And here we go. Off to game number 4. This is the final stand for CCS. If they lose this, they're done. Spooky Ghost heads to the finals. CCS does not plan on allowing that to happen, so we'll see what we get. It's been an exciting match so far. Mephisto is going to be a problem. We'll see how CCS decides to handle that. Diablo can punish bad positioning. Tychus is going to be an issue for Murden as well. Insert music. All right, for the blue team, Little Wolf on Brightwing, Rogoth playing Murden, Kaleidos on Sylvanas, Boundary X on Mephisto, and Eric with a K on Dahaka. For the red team, Eric with an A on Gul'dan, Wolf on Tychus, Brainer on Diablo, Slick Rub on Anduin, and the Mayneski playing Leoric once again. The classic single lane matchup, Leoric Dahaka. Always fun to watch. These two go at it.
4, 3,
And we're off.
1.
Hypershift from Brightwing,
Access granted.
as well as Third Wind from Muradin. Worried about a little bit of healing. We are going to get a possible Sylvanas push here in the top lane. Gul'dan is there. They're going to get a little bit of value, but nothing crazy as they smartly back away. St. Basil 1 says, come on, Leo, land a few entombs. Yeah, they've been few and far between. A couple of really nice silence ones a couple games ago, but other than that, nothing to speak of last match. I do think Diablo's going to have a little bit of a better time this game. He did get pretty menacing toward the last match they played him in. But we are getting some aggressive rotations from Rogoth, as Eric might be in a bad position. If he can sidestep the stun, he is not able to. There goes the polymorph, and I do not think he's going to be able to survive. Aggressive rotation on the side of Spooky Ghosts. Meanwhile, Boundary X is stuck in a bad position on the bottom lane. Brainer's able to finish him off with an auto attack, so to speak. Uh-oh. Engage here. Oh, nothing doing. Bruiser Camp being focused by 3 members of CCS as the beacons are active. Brainer just kind of warding while they finish off this camp here. We are getting that camp initiated by Sylvanas, Mephisto, Brightwing as well. Now Brainer's going to start focusing on this beacon. Murden's got to be careful. Excellent chain CC on the side of Diablo and Anduin. But now Diablo's going to be in trouble. And is he going to have to back off from that Sylvanas focus? All right, camps pushing into each other. Brainer's going to try to see if he can follow up that stun chain again with Tychus on board. The polymorph goes out onto him to interrupt his minigun, essentially saving Rogoth, but now Spooky Ghost is going to have to back off as Leoric is slowly winning this beacon in the top lane. The tongue does miss as, oh, excellent burrow to avoid the W from Leoric. And Dahaka and his teammates at the bottom are able to channel both beacons. There goes a little Sylvanas dagger action, but Brainer's going to get healed up nicely, and now that poke damage from Eric is starting to take effect. Bottom beacon captured, and low mana for Eric with K. He might gonna have to back off here for a second. Ooh, excellent stun onto Little Wolf, who just gets blown up, followed by a finish from Wolf, and now the healer for Spooky Ghost is gone. Yeah, I do like this this chain CC, especially on these beacons with Brightwing to follow up on these on Brainer engages with Tychus damage. It's going to be a the chain CC from Anduin with the Tychus damage staying rooted is going to be a bad news bears for anyone, including Rogoth. However, Leoric's starting to lose this battle a little bit in the top lane, so he's going to have to back off the beacon, and now the channel happening for the other side. And there's the polymorph onto Oh, Muradin just getting repeatedly booty banged and rooted by Anduin to follow up with the Tychus minigun. It's going to be all day long for him. Diablo does have to charge out of there. Oh, that minigun is doing work against Muradin. Right now, it's kind of a stalemate. Rogoth just repeatedly gets flipped, charged, stunned into the wall. Root by Anduin. Minigun by Tychus. Uh-oh, Polymorph goes out on the Tychus, followed up by a jump stun from Muradin, but it misses, and now Rogoth getting low. Brainer getting low as well. There goes Tychus. And Sylvanas starting to do her thing, as is Boundary X on the Mephisto. Eric with a K starting to bully Leoric out of the top lane. And we get a overall advantage, Zerg wave, over to Spooky Ghosts. We'll see how the wave clear can go. Should be relatively quick with Gul'dan. But that Sylvanas trait silencing the tower. There goes an engage onto Rogoth. The chain stun misses from Slick Rub, but the tower is still in Deece. They're still there, at least. Meanwhile, Brainers gets getting nuked by Sylvanas. Rogoth gets charged into the tower, followed up by damage from Tychus and Gul'dan, and so Muradin goes down. Boundary X has to be careful. Here comes a phase shift from Bright Ring, keep him alive. Brainer getting low. I'm worried my level 4 Gul'dan. Could it be a misclick? Oh, Tychus takes out Boundary X on the Mephisto, and Kalidas also has to use her Banshee Wave to get out of there, just with a little bit of health remaining. And they are getting some value in the bottom lane. CCS is not liking the improved, chaotic energy. Yeah, there goes a light bomb onto Diablo, stuns Brightwing and Delete into the Entomb wall. And here is an aggressive camp push by CCS. Let's see if they continue to force the issue with another camp here in the bottom, siege camp. Which they do. And they'll just do the ring around the rosy game, most likely, to get the camps. We're going to get to level 13, where things start to become a little more enjoyable for Diablo. Lightning Breath is the choice for Diablo. And more camps to be had. All right, excellent counter push by Sylvanas and crew in the top lane, as the top fort is now down. Let's see if Brainer gets in there. Light Bomb goes out onto Muradin, followed up by the Chain, CC, Fear, and Root. Lightning Breath doesn't finish the job on Muradin. He is able to get out of there. Eric with the K's got to be careful. Leap of Faith is able to save Diablo, and all members escape with their lives. Meanwhile, Camp pushes bottom lane. Let's take a look at some of the damage numbers here. 6 kills to 2 in favor of CCS. Bottom beacon picked up by Muradin in the bot lane. 38,000 damage for Sylvanas. And Gul'dan leading the way with 23,000 damage. Dahaka's got to be careful here. That Entomb could have got him. Especially when he was in that burrow. You know where he's going to come out from. Looks like CCS electing to just stay as a 5-man roving motorcycle gang. Try to get some picks. On a Toon Lane map, not missing out on a whole lot of experience by doing so. And it's just a matter of when you encounter the enemy. The Ark is here. He's going to wait for the... Oh. What is that ability that knocks them back? Oh, okay. Lurker Strain. I like that. Light Bomb does go out onto Diablo. Does hit 2 members, but they are able to escape with a Bright Wing. Oh no, Muradin gets killed by the Lightning Breath, and now the Entomb goes out onto Boundary Act. He has nowhere else to go. Leap of Faith does go out onto Brainer. Gul'dan getting very, very low and is killed by Brightwing. Leo getting low as well. Eric with a K getting nuked by some minigun damage out there. Brainer also getting low. I do believe he still has souls. Leap of Faith saves him there, but Eric with a K is not done. However, oh, the tongue grab does pick him up. We'll see if Anduin is able to keep him alive. Slick Rub doing his best to keep his teammates alive and is able to do so. They do not lose any beacon channel as Leoric is able to get to the top beacon. Yeah, it's pretty much... Oh, Mind Control goes out onto Diablo. He just gets blown up by Mephisto and Sylvanas. And there you have it. Souls reset. He should be back in time to continue the team fight. Entomb goes out onto 2 members, but Sylvanas uses her Haunting Wave to get out of there. Little Wolf is in a bad position, but blinks to safety. Nemaneski continues to play aggressively, but that Shadow Dagger is starting to do work from Sylvanas. Rogoth getting low. He does have an Avatar pop. They are focusing him. Fear goes out onto him. Backline being engaged on by Dahaka. And now Brainer's alone with Sylvanas, which is never a good thing for a tank. And he does need to watch out. He doesn't have souls. If he gets wiped here... Oh, Mind Control ends his fate. But the great Leap of Faith by Slick Rub to get him back. Gul'dan does get taken by the tongue. Anduin able to get him out of there, but not for long as Sylvanas finishes the kill, and Brainer will most likely... Nope, he's able to escape out of there with a heal from Anduin. Continues to be aggressive, though, and goes back in there. Loses his healer, and now things are looking even worse as the channel goes in almost full favor of Spooky Ghosts, and this could be bad for CCS.
Has destroyed a fort.
Full Zerg Wave en route. These things are... They're just ugly. Look at them. Zerg Wave. The last Lightning Nova hit absolutely nothing, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is not looking good for CCS. They need to do what they can to clear this Zerg wave out and get to level 16, but this is going to start doing massive amounts of damage to the core with Sylvanas on board. Mephisto doing his thing, and I don't know if they're going to be able to protect this core. Down to 50% health, and this may be Spooky Ghost heading to the finals for Division B West. There you have it. Just a quick 13-minute game on Braxis Holdout. Snowballed to the end. And just like that, the season ends for CCS. 9 kills to 7 in favor of Spooky Ghost. 64,000 damage and no deaths for Sylvanas. Excellent overall gameplay from both sides, but Spooky Ghost will be heading to the finals. For Division B West. All right, before you guys head out, let me see if I can get someone in the chat for a post-game interview. Spooky ghosts. Will be heading to the finals, winning 3-1, and they have not lost to CCS. Ghost Dunk says, thanks for casting. Thank you so much for joining me. It was a great time. Good luck next season. Hope you had fun, and keep it up. At least you can say you won the game that you played. All right. Let's see if we can get someone in here from Spooky Ghosts. Perhaps. Little Wolf, welcome. Congratulations on the victory. How you guys feeling? Oh, yeah, of course. Who you got with you? Let me see. Rogoth. All right. Glad to have you guys here. Congratulations. And you guys are 3-0 against CCS this season. How's that feel? They are. Yeah, very nice. Let's go back to let's see, game number 1. Pretty convincing victory for you guys. You guys kind of started strong and ended strong. What do you remember from game number 1? Yeah, it's been a long night. Infernal Shrines, correct. Yep. Correct. Yeah, you got that with about 4 minutes into the game, and it was all downhill from there. Nope, stand by. They're saying they can't hear you yet. Let me go ahead and fix that real quick, like. Sometimes I hate this audio setup, but we'll get it worked. Let's see here. Oh, I got it. Nope, that's on my end. You guys will be good here in 1 second. All right, you're good to go.
All right, cool.
All right, so let's start over. Tell me who. Oh, just kidding. Congratulations, boys, and I'm glad you guys are excited. We talked about the fact that you guys have not lost to CCS this season, and you guys are moving to the semifinals. How you guys riding that high? What's the celebration game plan tonight?
Wait, I thought it was finals. Don't we just play like the B East team now at this point? I forget how this works.
Yeah, we're calling it semifinals, and then you play for the finals for Division B.
Oh, okay. This was semifinals. Gotcha. Yeah. It feels good. Honestly, like this is the best we've ever done in Division B, so this is really, really exciting. Rogoth, our tank player who's here with us today, he was on an extended break from HOTS for a little bit as far as like playing competitively outside of just like subbing. So it's been really awesome to have him back as far as like as a main tank. He is A, very cool to hang out with and to play with, and B, like an exceptionally like great player at this game.
You're making me blush.
Yeah, the tank play was pretty strong there. You guys had not only the subdue, I guess we already talked about it, but nobody heard you. So yeah, 3-minute subdue completion, and it was all downhill from there, but very strong talent as you were talking about.
I do think the May on Towers of Doom was a little shaky, but I also don't think it really lined up with what our composition wanted to do so much. So
yeah, I agree with you. It felt a little bit weird, and It didn't give you a whole lot of value. You guys were. Let's talk about that Towers of Doom match. You guys got off to a very early start. They had 7 core health left, and then as we so often see on that map, it kind of snowballed, and they were able to pick up the victory. What were you guys kind of? What did you guys think it kind of went off the train tracks there?
I guess I can start. I think at least for me when we were reviewing it, we were talking about how a lot of the picks that happened on our squishier targets happened because the Yorick was creating space in a way that made it easy for them to get caught out towards the end of the game. So I think that was the biggest thing that we needed to watch out for. I forget what hero I was playing that game.
You were playing Stukov, and that was part of
Yeah.
the problem. Aside from like flowing swipes, you didn't have a lot to save someone who got entombed.
Yeah.
Right. Agreed. Then we did see you guys get some Anduin going after that, and seemed to work out for you there. But yeah, so you guys rebounded from the Towers of Doom match, and then we go right into what was map number 3, Alterac.
Yeah, Alterac.
Yeah.
However you want to pronounce it. But yeah, that was a very convincing win there. You guys were able to snowball kind of that last objective, take out some keeps, and then they were never able to recover from there. What is your guys' overall strategy on that map, if you don't mind talking a little bit about that?
There's a lot of
Go ahead.
There's a lot of people yelling at me to pick a Nubrak because I can spawn beetles and channel the objective all by myself.
I was going to just say the same thing. It honestly creates so much space on the map for us to do other stuff.
Yeah. I mentioned that when you were the only one at the objective and you just spawned a beetle and then channeled, and I was like, well, there we go. That's when the Medivh came out, correct? So we had the Leyline Seal boss steal, and that kind of was the snowball to the end kind of point there. We talked about it in the pre-game coin toss, if you will, but there's a lot of words being thrown around about Medivh one trick. How much have you guys played Medivh this season?
I think once, and we lost.
Yeah.
So the Medivh one trick comes. So Wolf, I think he's the captain of CCS. He's somewhere up there. But Wolf was in Heroes Lounge with us the first season that we were in Heroes Lounge, and we weren't really super great at that point. So we basically steamrolled through whatever the division that we were in. We steamrolled through most of that division just by like one tricking like Medivh Diablo for the entire division, and then we got to NGS in like around Division B-ish, and that just suddenly like stopped working for us for like the next few seasons. So we definitely practiced that in preparation for this draft. Like it was definitely something that we took some time to make sure that we were comfortable playing with again.
Very nice. Yeah, to the point where they had to ban it in the next game, but it looked like Mephisto was the true problem for them to deal with. That damage in a wide area was causing some problems. We saw that ban happen in the first 2 matches, and I noticed that your damage dealer has played a lot of Mephisto. So is that something you guys prioritize if you can get him?
Yeah, in the regular season, Mephisto was just constantly getting banned against us. But our Mephisto player, Boundrix, he's really good at it. So like if we ever get the opportunity to take Mephisto, we pretty much take it, and then just try to work the rest of the draft around it.
Yeah, I would agree.
Well, very nice.
Go
ahead.
Go ahead. I was gonna say in general, a lot of our strat this season has been playing like very direct, like front to back compositions with a couple snowflake heroes that people have to be really cautious about banning. And that kind of opens up the draft for us to kind of get the tools that we need in a lot of these games so far.
Yeah, very clean overall. The chat was commenting on your guys' team fights were looking pretty solid, very clean. You guys weren't losing a lot of people to picks except for in the Towers of Doom game. So I got to say, keep it up, and good luck as you go into the grand finals. Rogoth, getting that tank damage in. I think one of the matches you led the way with damage for your team. What is your kind of general mindset when it comes to tanking? What's your top priorities?
Well, first of all, I'll say that sounds like that was the game I played Johanna.
Yep.
And got to press E a lot because I took the second charge talent and the CDR. The big thing is just setting up the kill target for the damage dealers to focus. So like Little Wolf said, we've been doing a lot of these front to back compositions, so it's a lot about trying to catch the other tank out, provide the initial lockdown, so that our damage dealers can follow up on him with percent damage.
Very cool. Fun to watch. You guys are the chat was killing me. You guys are very having a good time out there. So thanks for joining me tonight, and I'll give you guys the floor for the next few minutes to shout outs or whatever you want to do. Do a trick or whatever.
All right, you go first, Greg.
I didn't think ahead, so you go ahead.
All right, cool. So shout outs to Roll One. They've been kind of our scrim partner for this entire season. They've been really, really cool. They let us practice selfish compositions where we're asking them to ban specific things, especially leading up to this, which was really, really kind of them. Shout outs to, what was the Div A team that we helped us prep?
Ice Storm Probes?
Yeah, Storm Probes. They also were really helpful with us. Yesterday they did a bit of a scrim with us, just to, again, make sure that we were comfortable coming up to this. Shoutouts to Greg for coming back to the team, because he is a fantastic tank, and I'm really happy with him. He's been really helpful. I think you single-handedly shot called basically that entire last game, which was honestly really helpful. And then shoutouts to CCS. They've been like fantastic sports, and they're just like really cool dudes from what I can tell. So really enjoyed playing them again.
Very nice.
I'll shout out Velvet specifically on Roll 1. He subbed for us a couple times. Played some really good Orphea. Like that's the only one that comes to mind for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we could use more Orphea games. I like that hero. Well, cool guys. Congratulations, and moving on, and good luck in the future. It was fun to watch you guys, and hopefully I'll see you in the Nexus here in the near future.
Thank you very much for casting tonight.
Of course.
Thank you.
See you, boys.
Yeah.
There you have it. Little Wolf and Rogoth. Apologies for the audio. I always forget to do that. Every time my computer resets, it changes the default sound setup, so whatever. Well, there you have it, folks. Spooky Ghosts heading to the grand finals for Division B as they walk away with the 3-1 victory over Can't Connect Stuns. If you enjoyed what you saw tonight, go ahead and hit a follow for Nexus Gaming Series, their second channel. And then if you don't mind, head on over to the Casters channel at twitch.tv/the__stroke. Hit that follow, let you know when I go live. I cast Nexus Gaming Series games, and I stream myself play Heroes of the Storm, Destiny, Overwatch, a couple other games. So I'd love to have you in the chat. And you can also check us out every Wednesday night at 9 Central. Me, my buddy, I'm Pickle Matt, and Swift Mida. We cast our podcast, weekly gaming podcast. That is One More Game Podcast. Twitch.tv/OMG Podcast. Love to have you. And you can check us out on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Ektar says, I've got a raid target set, so please keep the stream live until the raid goes through. Wilco, thank you for joining me tonight, guys. And as always, I'll see you next time in the Nexus. Just because you have to grow up doesn't mean you have to stop gaming. Game on, gamers, and I will see you later.